Hi, Kathy Palmer with Michael Saunders and Company, and today I'm going to be discussing the new St. Regis Hotel and Residences on Longboat Key. I'm about to tell you everything that you need to know about the residence, so stay tuned.
Well, thank you so much for coming into our sales gallery today, Kathy. We are so excited about the St. Regis. I don't know if you realize this, but in the entire world, there are only 15 St. Regis with residences. So it's a pretty exciting deal that we're getting a St. Regis on Longboat Key. We launched our sales a few months ago. We're already over a third sold, so it's been very well received. It's probably one of the top waterfront properties in the United States right now. I mean, there's very few properties that are almost 18 acres on the Gulf of Mexico. So we're very grateful to have that and have the St. Regis come on board. Well, the location is incredible because it's on Longboat Key and it's fairly close to St. Armand's, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump over the Ringling Bridge to get to downtown Sarasota. So we're going to have a 166 room, 5-star St. Regis hotel. Okay. There's only 3 residential buildings and there's only 69 residences. So it's a fairly small boutique kind of environment. Consists of 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. Price ranges between around $1.9 million up to, well, actually we sold one for around $19 million, which was the highest price condo sale ever on Longboat Key. So the majority of the residences have views of the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a few that have views of Sarasota Bay. I think what we're finding is a lot of people really love our views. I mean, there's a lot of condos that have just a straight Gulf front view on Longboat Key, and that's lovely. But I think what's kind of nice about some of the views of the St. Regis is you have the beautiful view of the Gulf, but you also, it's incorporated with the saltwater lagoon and all the garden features. So you really feel you are living at a resort because you're looking over a saltwater lagoon with all these beautiful flowers in the evening and the uplighting and the Gulf. So I think people are really beginning to realize that can be a more interesting view than just, staring straight out at the Gulf of Mexico.
Which at night is dark.
Which at night is dark, yes, exactly. So this is kind of an interesting perspective. This is showing you the residences from the top down. So the hotel, of course, is on the far right. And what's wonderful about the hotel is all the amenities that it will have. It's going to have an upscale CW Prime steak and seafood restaurant, which is going to be lovely. And as we all know, we need great restaurants out on Longboat Key. Could use a few more. There's going to be a lobby lounge, kind of that quintessential St. Regis piano bar, which will be beautiful. The St. Regis Grill is going to be kind of a casual place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Little beach cafe and sunset bar, fun place to sit outside, get a cheeseburger, grouper sandwich. And then we have a little tiki bar out there as well, which will be fun for margaritas and daiquiris and that type of thing. And the nice thing about the resort is that the residences all have their own private amenities. And that's really important to people. They want their own private amenities. Of course, they love having the hotel because they have all the service, that the hotel provides. But, when they're spending this type of money, they want to have private amenities. So they have their own clubhouse, they have their own fitness center, they have a yoga terrace, they have a beautiful kind of an outdoor bar area, they have their own pool, they have their own spa. They have their own designated beach area with cabanas, towel service. There's a completely dedicated staff for the St. Regis residences. The entire resort will be managed by the St. Regis, but there'll be a specific staff just for the residences.
Would you tell us a little bit more about who is developing this property?
Sure. The developer is Unicor National Developments out of Orlando. They've done over $2 billion in successful development. Actually, their director of development did the St. Regis in Bar Harbor down in Miami. We've brought on SB Architects, is an architect out of Miami. They'll be doing the residences. Hirsch Bedner Associates will be doing the hotel. Mark Michaels Interior Design will be doing all the interior design. And Enzo Anea out of Switzerland and Miami will be doing the garden and the landscape design. One of the unique things that we have are these beautiful private plunge pools. And these are on the second floor, which we call the Lanai residences. The second floor is very unique because you have a walk down to the beach. You have a private plunge pool, and you also have kind of a beach cabana. And then our penthouses also have a have a plunge pool. So we're really fortunate to have Mark Michaels Interior Design on board. I mean, they're consistently one of the top interior design firms in the world. They're doing all the interior finishes for the residences, so our buyers will work with them to kind of select their finishes. But the level of finish that we're providing is incredible. We'll have every single residence has a gas grill on their terrace.
Oh, wow.
With a beautiful tongue and groove wood ceiling, Wolf gas cooktop, double ovens, Sub-Zeros, just what you would expect, from the St. Regis. The bathrooms in these residences are super luxurious. They're absolutely stunning. Many of them have the double water closets, which we're finding people really like that. Very large, luxurious bathrooms, beautiful finishes, lots and lots of light. All of our master closets included in the price is going to be, a custom finished closet. So all of our closets are going to be finished with custom woodwork, kind of beautifully done.
So if someone wanted particular finishes, when will they really need to have something reserved in order for them to be able to pick them out themselves?
I would encourage anyone that's interested in selecting their own finishes to get in as soon as possible, because we are selling these, and at some point, we'll have to select those finishes for them. Hopefully we'll be sold out before then. But if you're interested, if you have buyers that are interested in selecting their own finishes, they would need to be in fairly soon. All the buildings are 6 stories high. The parking is on the first floor, and then the residences start on the second floor, which again is that lanai level that has the walk down to the beach and the private plunge pools. And then the 6th floor is the penthouses. The 2-car residences have a 2-car private garage, and the penthouses have a 3-car private garage.
So when they come into their private garages, how do they get access into the actual unit?
So they would have a private stack elevator, so they would be sharing that with only the people, in that same floor plan or stack.
And each elevator goes directly into the unit?
Each elevator goes directly into the unit, correct.
So is there a separate entrance for residents as opposed to hotel guests?
Absolutely. There's a 24-hour manned guard gate entrance for the entire resort. But if you're living at the residences, you have a private gated entrance to get into the 3 residential buildings. So the 3 residential buildings are very private. It's a pet-friendly community. We actually have a dog walking path that you kind of see on the illustration here.
So what are the rental restrictions on these residences?
You can rent the residence. It's a minimum of 1 month. If you have to rent it through a professional rental agency, we don't want,
So a managed rental.
Right. And quite honestly, if you want your tenant to have access to all the hotel amenities as well as the private amenities, you have to rent it through the St. Regis. And if you do rent it through the St. Regis, your interior has to be improved by the St. Regis. The residents will have access to all the hotel amenities, which are wonderful. They also have access to the Bentley car driver service. So if they wanted to have a Bentley car drive them into town for dinner, pick them up at the airport, they have access to that.
So we're filming this in late January 2021, and you've sold quite a few units already, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about our price ranges and maybe what the available options still are as far as units?
Sure. So the 1-bedrooms are going to start around $1,992,000 up to $2,195,000, and our 1-bedrooms are between 1,500 and 1,720 square feet. So that's a big 1-bedroom. The 2-bedrooms are going to range between around $2,170,000 up to about $4,300,000. And again, those go from 2,200 square feet up to like 3,130. So the one thing the St. Regis does is they like these very big, gracious floor plans. So, and then the 3-bedrooms are going to range between around $7,125,000 up to around $8 million. And then the 4-bedrooms run from around $6.4 million to $6.9 million. So our homeowners' fees for the 1-bedroom, they're right around $2,100 per month. For the 2-bedrooms, around $3,000 per month. The 3-bedrooms are around $3,800 per month, and the 4-bedrooms are right around $5,000 per month.
Now, this is going to have obviously world-class service, world-class amenities. What's maybe something that they will be getting here that's not available on any other property in this area?
What they'll be getting here is pretty much whatever they want. So if they are arriving in town and they would like to have their refrigerator stocked with caviar, champagne, a beautiful charcuterie on their terrace, they get here, they want to have their clothes unpacked, they need something steamed, they want a luncheon set up the next day. The St. Regis level of service is secondary to none.
So if someone's interested in the St. Regis, in this property, and want to get in on it now, what would their next step be?
Well, we've been meeting with people virtually, and we also meet with people in the sales gallery, and we practice, COVID safe practices. But if they were interested in buying a residence, they would do a 10% deposit when they sign the contract, and then they have a 15-day rescission period. Then they would have another 10% deposit due when we break ground this summer, and then a third and final 10% when the second floor slab is poured. So they end up being 30% down, and then we're anticipating closing in December of 2023.
Thanks for watching, and if you have any additional questions that I can answer for you, please feel free to reach out. You can email, text, or just give me a call. Thanks again.